Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today, another classic blunder, playing on the green deck. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go gold stake green deck. Alright, first boss, play 5 cards. First round, we can get spades. Alright, king high flush, that should be a one-shot. Alright, which is great. On the green deck, we do get extra money from leftover hands. We also get money from leftover discards. So only one discard in the first round. $11 is a pretty strong start on the green deck. We could consider taking Saturn here. The level 2 straight will one-shot the boss. If we one-shot the boss, we have more hands left over. We get more money that way. With the straight, you have to use your discards to find the straight. So discards cost us money, and when we run out of discards, we still have to play sometimes extra hands as throwaway hands to dig for the straight. So maybe not a true one-shot if we have those throwaway hands that cost us money. I think I want the free reroll here. Even though it's eternal, I think the value generator is probably worth it. If we take the reroll plus the buffoon pack, that's $8, takes us down to 3. If we reroll, we won't be able to buy anything, so let's reroll first, and then maybe we don't take the buffoon pack. Or Jupiter and perishable greedy joker, probably not as a perishable. Let's go buffoon pack now. 2 rentals. Could be the pants, could be Grimbo. On the green deck, I think Grimbo is actually better. So the idea is, if I'm using the pants, okay, if you want to do 2 pair, 2 pair is not the hardest thing to do, but it's not trivial either. Sometimes you have to use your discards to set up the 2 pair. If I'm using my discards on the green deck, that's costing me money. With Grimbo, you can still use your discards in an emergency situation, but most of the time you don't use your discards. So leftover discards gives us extra money every round, $2 every round. With Grimbo, you get molt every hand played, so you're incentivized to play all of your hands. On the green deck, it costs you $2 per hand, so maybe you don't want to play all of your hands all of the time if it's too expensive per hand. But maybe later on, once we have other value generators, maybe money generating joker, or maybe gold cards and gold seals on the deck, then it can be worth it to play all your hands later on. Yeah, I think between the two of these, because we are playing on the green deck, it's going to be Grimbo. Also, if you're playing 2 pair, it becomes harder to hold cards in hand. It becomes harder to do gold seals, harder to do gold cards and blue seals. So maybe it makes sense to do Grimbo for that reason as well. Go next. 6s and 5s is a full house. Immediately punished for not taking the pants. Bummer. Alright. Could be pair of 7s. Throwing away the low cards. Okay, and then pair the jacks. There we go. Alright, so 150 for a pair. We can beat the boss with just pairs if we need to. Probably gold card. To-do list on flushes seems fine. We can reroll. And 2 rentals we don't want to hold on to forever, but we can take a hack for 1 round. Alright, spades and diamonds for a possible flush. If I play the diamonds, it's a high card. If I play the spades, it's a pair. Let's play the pair. Maybe we get the flush, maybe we don't, but it's better to play the pair just to be safe. Okay, because we are fighting the psychic, play 5 cards means if I play 4, I don't get the scaling on Grimbo, so probably I could discard to try to get the flush, but maybe I don't want to lose the scaling on Grimbo. We already said we can win with pairs, so I don't need a flush. It'd be nice, but I don't need a flush. Let's play a pair of 4s here, maybe. Okay, actually we just get to do it all. So hack we don't need. Gold queen maybe. And then play the flush. Okay. Okay, now what? Could hold on to Lustful Joker. Probably we don't need it. Don't need this Mars card. Don't need the Plutonium, don't need Jimbo. So, Arcana looking for Hermie. No Hermie, we can take Priestess instead. These are not what I'm looking for. Standard pack looking for value generators. Gold 6 is good enough. Go next. To do this on pairs. Bosses, spades. Okay, so I could play a pair of 6s, holding on to the 10 of hearts. 200 there is not very much, but the face cards will score more points because it's more chips. We can hold on to the pair of 10s, or sorry, hold on to the 10 and try to get a pair. 300 for the pair of face cards, so if I play the pair of 2s, this doesn't win. And then pair of 10s is 300. We already know that, so I don't need Lustful Joker. We can just play the pair of 10s. Yes. All right. Swashbuckler maybe, delay gratification maybe, go Arcana first in case we get Hermie, maybe. Temperance, Fool, Hermie. Okay, so if we want Hermie, we sell the planet cards. That's big money. Okay. In that case, I probably want these. I maybe want to reroll. I maybe go Buffoon Pack. To do this as 3 of a kind. Let's go Buffoon Pack first. So Steven we don't need. Gratification cost me $3. We get $4 at the end of the round. Seems worth it. Swashbuckler's okay. Could be Uranus here, could be Golden Ticket. Probably not Golden Ticket. Golden Ticket makes sense if you're playing 2-pair because you're playing a lot of cards, and so it's harder for you to hold on to the gold cards. You want to play the gold cards, then you take Golden Ticket. Golden Ticket goes insane if you have the Chad, but of course we don't have the Chad yet. If we're just going to play high card and pairs with Grimbo, then it's pretty easy to hold the gold cards in hand. You don't need Golden Ticket. So I guess I just go next. Okay, 3 of a kind is not very likely. So we just want to figure out what is the hand that wins. A flush wins. So we can try to get a flush. 3, 4, 5, 6. We could also get a 7 or a 2. There's a 2. We have a straight. But I'm going to keep playing high card so we can grow Grimbo. The flush should win. Alright, so ace high, flush, that's fine. Okay. And to do this on full house. Okay, 2 rentals we don't need. Go reroll. There's a Mercury card we can take. Let's go Arcana first. In case there's a Fool. There's a Fool. So now we can go Mercury and then Celestial Pack before we go Hermie. Probably Mars. Maybe 4 of a kind later. And we got money, we can go one more. Chad as a rental, probably not. Could take a Sly Joker. Sly Joker, sure. In that case, we don't need the Bonkler. Eternal, but it's foil. Save our money, go next. How do we get a full house? 9s and 6s? Okay. Because of the foil, we score quite a bit more points here. I did not get the full house, so I'll play a pair. Pair, just in case we get, could be Supernova, could be a Telescope. To do this on 4 of a kind. There's a Telescope. Celestial Pack. Do we want to level up the pairs? Probably. Boss is extra large. So rental Chad, maybe not as a rental. Maybe not as a rental with what we currently have going on. We already have a source of chips, so unless we get a gold seal, the Chad is just a source of chips. So no Chad here. Go one more. Holographic Bonkler, I think, is unnecessary. I think I'm just going to keep the value generators. Yeah, take a Mercury card, and then to do this on 4 of a kind. Standard pack, we get... I don't need a foil 6. Okay. Can I get 4 of a kind? Could be 4 of a kind 6s, or... That's it, 4 of a kind 6s. High card is 1,000 points. If I play the pair, it's worth even more. Try to get a 6 here. No 6, so we play the pair. So that we can have pairs be our most played hand for the telescope. Maybe. The duelist on pairs? That's not good. I can't play that many pairs. Square as a rental, probably too expensive. Probably maybe too late. Could be Emperor plus Arcana. Okay. The last card we used was Mercury. So do I want Emperor first or Arcana first? Let's go Arcana first. I can use Death to copy a Gold Queen. Sure. So maybe Emperor first. I can make some Molt Queens. Probably not super important that we do that. And then I can turn a 4 into a Gold Queen, maybe. Alright, do I want this Buffoon pack? Buffoon pack could replace the delayed gratification. Possibly. Maybe not with these. Could be Jolly Joker. So... I think I don't do it, or... Yeah, Jolly Joker sells for $1. I think I keep the delayed gratification, even though delayed gratification is only $1. But it's $1 every round. I can play a pair of jacks. Keeping the 6 because I have an extra 6 in the deck. The next pair wins, we play a pair of 8s. That's it. So 4,000 points per pair will beat the boss. To do this on full houses. Alright, so I don't need the moon, probably. We could square up. Is it too late to square up if we already have Sly Joker? Probably too late to square up. Probably. We have a telescope. We have Sly Joker. Probably no square. Could take a rocket instead of delayed gratification. It's neutral for 3 rounds. What's in here? I don't need a Lucky Queen. Alright, I can't onk because I got too many Eternals. I could go Familiar, try to get a gold card and then put a red seal on it. So could be red steel is less good. Well, it depends on how high level we get. Probably we're not going to get very high level. Probably the red steel is not going to be super important. Maybe the bonus queen is better. I'll do the jack. But maybe the red seal queen is better. Maybe no square here and just go next. Maybe. Sure. Alright, to do this on full house, how do we get a full house? To beat this boss, I do need pairs. So let's... I don't need a lot of pairs, but I do need some pairs. And a full house would be okay. Let's play high card jack. Alright, so I could do a pair of sixes. We have a lot of queens. So play the sixes. And throw away a 9 and an 8. Throw away a king, maybe. Okay. Pair the aces. And then finish with the jacks. I could do 2 pair is probably fine. So 2 pair and then maybe we get the full house, maybe we don't. Maybe I do it this way. Play the pair of aces, try to draw a queen. See if we get the queen. We did not, and that's okay. No full house for the to-do list. But now it's straight flush. Bummer. Alright, so the next round, 9,000. This whole ante, we're good. Playing pairs. Even Steven, maybe no campfire. As a perishable, we don't do it. Could go Arcana. I could use Strength to turn a jack into a queen. And I could turn an ace into a 2. I could turn a 2 into a 3. Maybe ace into 2 is fine. Now we've got 8 queens plus a standard pack here. Could take more queens, I think. Maybe not. Go next. Alright, so I need a pair twice. Will win. The straight flush is not happening. So if I do 2,000 however many times, this should be fine. I can play high card queen, I can follow up with a pair of kings, and that's it. Pair of kings. So my pairs are 5,000, right? Okay, do we want the plutonium? Probably unnecessary. Probably. If we already got slide joker, we just do pairs. We can go one more. Could be a banana. As a rental, feels bad. But maybe worth it. I would say it's early enough that the banana could matter. The banana could work. Maybe. Death card here, I can make another queen. I have 2s, maybe I don't get rid of a 2, maybe I drop a 4 here. Bummer. Alright, Arcana number 2. I get Temperance for $8. Is good enough. Okay, so I'm trying to get 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind queens, probably. Okay. So does that mean we play 2 pair? That's 5,000. I do have the 4 of a kind. Okay, so if I do the 4 of a kind, the 4 of a kind probably wins. So we can play high card and try to dig for more queens. Pair of 8s is too strong, so we play high card 8. And we do get another queen here. So 4 of a kind for the money. Yes. Okay. To-do list on straight, that's not gonna happen. Probably. If I do want to play straight, I guess it's the high straight. I guess we're missing 4s, everything else is fine. Alright, could be judgment to replace delayed gratification, could be replace to-do list. Maybe judgment for a rocket. Square as a rental. We don't want a rental square. We don't want a blue joker here. Is that true that we don't want a blue joker here? I think that's true. So we just go standard packs. Alright, I don't need a purple seal. I could take a gold seal jack. I think I don't reroll here. Let's save our money and go next. Can we get a straight? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So, pair of fives. I can play this straight. Maybe. I can play a pair of queens, and then if I want to get another straight, I need to get a 6, maybe. Go 8, 7, 6. I would need a 4, which I know I don't have that many of. I would need a 9. So I think I'm not going to try to get the straight. I think I'm just going to go... I want to keep this... I want to throw the 5 out. I want to throw out the 8 or the 10. Doesn't matter. So throw out the 10. Do something like that. Yas. That's a straight. Yas. Okay. And then the rocket gives me $3. And now to do this on pairs. Yas. And we get a stuntman. Okay. Probably stuntman. To-do list is really strong right now, but rocket is better long term if it's $3 every round. But I think I take the stuntman here. How many pairs are we actually going to play? If the stuntman makes us score more points, we might not be able to play that many pairs. So maybe rocket's better. Let's go Arcana first or reroll first? What was the last thing that we did? Last thing we did was that judgment card. Alright, so rocket out, stuntman in. Do we want rebate instead of to-do list? Maybe not as a rental. Faceless Joker, no. Okay. Discounted rerolls, okay, okay. Do we want Faceless Joker? No. Plutonium. So now that we have the stuntman, we might want to do high card actually instead of pairs, maybe. Or maybe pairs are fine. Maybe pairs are fine. So I'm gonna open both Arcana packs. Could be Priestess, could be Empress. Probably Empress is not super important. But maybe, I don't know, it could be a driver's license. If we go Priestess here, we could sell them, I guess. Maybe Empress is okay. Arcana. Another Empress, or it could be a rock. Could be bonus cards. Maybe Fancy Queens, maybe. I have 9 queens. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Priestess and try to get Mars. Let's save our money. Go next. So what kind of pairs? We could play a pair of 3s. Maybe. Okay, the next pair wins. I could play the pair of queens. I could discard. Let's just play the pair of queens. Stuntman makes my gold cards worse. To-do list on flush. Alright, I'd like to drop the to-do list. We could take a spaceman. We could just take Golden Joker. I like the idea of the spaceman. Maybe. Let's go standard pack. Gives me a gold seal 6. Seems fine. Spaceman or Golden Joker. $4 or it could be a potential go for the pair levels. Go Spaceman. No Plutonium. Arcana. Fool for a Hierophant, or it could be Death to copy the Steel card. So don't want to get rid of 3s, 5s, 6s. 8s. Maybe remove a 3 is okay. And $3 we could reroll once. Alright, I don't need this popcorn. Let's go next. Alright, I want to level up my pairs. So I can play a pair of 10s and then a pair of kings. I maybe don't get to play that many pairs. Okay. 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 Get some gold cards. There's a fool for a death card. Yes. Fool for death is okay. Let's go spectral pack. We can light them up. Okay. What's in here? Could be a blue queen. Is another queen that we can turn into gold and then we can copy. Do we want a gold 4? Okay. If I'm gonna play pairs, probably I shouldn't take the gold 4. Maybe I take the queen as a bonus card. This boss is a little bit scary, right? Play only one hand type. If we don't draw, if we miss on the pair, we lose. I think I'll take a queen. Okay. $4 for a reroll. We got 2 gold cards upstairs. We could go one more. And then I think that's it. Go next. Alright, so I could use death right now to copy the steel card. I could copy the gold seal, is not terrible. Let's play the pair of 2s. Okay. Pair the jacks. Are we saving death for the blue seal? Probably. I can throw away a queen here? Probably. Next pair wins. It's gonna be a pair of 10s. I could make a gold card. I could save the devil for the blue seal. Is very greedy, but maybe we don't need the money that bad. Maybe we just play the pair here is fine. Maybe I'm supposed to use my discards. Whatever. Alright, now it's 60,000. I'm pretty sure we can do. We don't get the hung man here. That sucks. Before we reroll, we could go overstock. And then go one more. Alright, so no faceless joker. Do we... Celestial pack gives me Mercury. This... Hold on. No repeat hand types. That's not good. Okay. I think maybe standard packs we stop opening. We go next. Okay. Pair the 7s. So a pair is 23. Probably that means we're fine in the next round. Okay. There's the jack. Throwing away a queen. Oh, it just wins? Doesn't matter? Alright. So no madness here, no swashbuckler. Rental banana, we said no. Standard packs, we should save our money and go next. Okay. I can play a pair of queens. I don't have any 4s. I can keep the jack, I guess. Upgrade helps. Play the jacks, keeping the queen. I've not seen that blue seal since we picked it up. Is a bit of a bummer. Not the end of the world, of course. Alright, here's a pair of 6s. So, a raw pair of 6s is 26. I I'm gonna need a little bit more gas. So Mad Joker, no. Let's go Arcana packs. I need to use this death card. I might need the death card for an emergency. I might use it here, and then we have an Emperor. Maybe. So maybe what I'm supposed to do is go make a gold queen and then copy it, or maybe I'm supposed to go make a gold, could be anything, gold 5. So 9s, 10s, doesn't really matter. 7s, doesn't really matter. Go gold 5. And then copy a bonus queen onto a 9. Like that. And then we get to use the Emperor here. And we get another death card. I could use the Sun against the boss to do maybe a flush house. What's in here? There's Justice. If we want to make a glass queen. Okay, do we want to do Queen of Hearts? We got a lot of Queens of Hearts. Could be a Queen of Hearts here. Could be on the jacks. Sure. I think we are gonna be okay. Could be take the 2-pair Joker. Nah. Could be a vampire. And then now the glass card doesn't matter, but the vampire probably will get the job done. Let's go next. Alright. So I can start with the pair, which is my best hand. I probably want to play the pair last so we get the most vampire value on the pair. I could play, I want to get I guess I save the death card, play the queens here. Alright, so we only get one pair. We can play 3-of-a-kind queens, we could play 4-of-a-kind queens. I think we play 4-of-a-kind queens. So I can copy the blue seal now. I can copy the bonus queen for the vampire value. I think I want the blue seal value. So let's go death. And then we can follow up with a flush. So that's the 4-of-a-kind. And then if we wanted to, we could do a flush right now. And then high card if we want. So here's a flush, and it does contain a pair for the Sly Joker. So this flush is not very good, but we do have the vampire. Yes. And now we're chilling. I think we're back to chilling. This boss is play only one hand. That's not good. So we could beat the boss with the Chad. Maybe. If we can grow the vampire fast enough, we can beat the boss. Maybe. I could just reroll the boss. Maybe. I did just use a Sun, so let's go Hermie here. I think if I only have the one glass card, maybe I'd rather have the vampire. Is safer when we have 54 cards in the deck. Hierophant for the vampire. 2 Arcana packs. Let's take the boss reroll now. That way we can reroll the boss and we can know what it's gonna be, maybe. I can save the Hierophant, I can use the Hierophant. I think using here is fine. 5 and 3, we can hang them. And then go Arcana. So there's Hermie again. $3, we could go one more. Stocky Busky, I don't need. $4, go one more. There's Chad again. Nah, let's just do the vampire, it's easier. This boss, face cards face down, that's fine probably. Here's a Paratus. Throwing away a queen. Okay. Pair the 6s, keeping the gold cards if we can. Maybe. Play these 6s. Okay. The last card that we used was Hermie, so let's hold on the Mercury card in case we find a Fool. No Fool, but I could go Priestess here. 2 standard packs. Probably no on the standard packs. So Mercury's okay. Priestess, don't need those. Inweasable. Campfire does the thing instead of the Vampire. Yeah. Campfire just does the thing. Does it make sense to drop the Stuntman here? So I've got 200 chips. The Stuntman is a ×2. I guess I just take the Campfire. And then we're good. Do I need a Jupiter card? Sure. Go next. Now we want to save all our money for the final round. I can play a pair of queens. I might not need pairs. We might be okay with just high card. Okay. Let's see here. I only need 3 pairs to win. I can play 1 high card. I can play high card 1 more time. And then get a queen here for the pair. There's a pair. That wins. Alright, so 175 is 60,000. We do have a telescope. Have we just not been seeing the celestial packs? Feels like it's been a while since we had a celestial pack. Okay, so I do want the celestial pack. I can go do a free roll. There's a blue joker. So we just drop the Stuntman, right? That's what that means. Alright. Arcana Fool for Mercury is okay. That one we use. Don't need a Stuntman anymore. That's it. Go next. Alright. Here are the 9s. So, face down card is a jack. We can confirm. Sure. Oh, we got 2 of them? Are they both jacks? They are. Alright, so with the ×2, we get 100,000 per hand. This boss is extra large. There's a handy tag. So probably gonna reroll the boss. We can do a Saturn card for the Campfire. Probably need a little bit of Campfire value. Right? So with a probably. I want to skip, but maybe it's too expensive to skip. Maybe we lose if we skip. I needed to have a blue seal. So we could go 1 more. And then this should be fine. So this should be 50,000 per hand. So I can't skip to the big blind unless we go a little bit more. We could do it. It's getting worse. I need 1 more hit. There we go. Now we're good. Now we have, it was 100,000 per hand. Take the money, reroll the boss. Maybe with this amount of money we don't need to reroll the boss. Maybe that's the move. Just do it. Alright, that's fine. So pair the 7s, followed up with the queens. Okay. 7s, and then we got enough queens. So I could do these queens. I can finish with the glass queen. There we go. I guess I don't need the glass queen. Okay. And then Mercury we sell for the campfire. Okay, could be a burger. The benefit of taking the burger, you get to copy it with the blueprint, and then also you get a slot so that we can grow the campfire. We can sell for the campfire. I think that sounds like a fun time. It's slightly dubious. We probably just win without doing anything too crazy. So I guess let's not get too crazy here. But it could have worked. Alright, certificate. Nope. There's Hermie. We can buy more stuff. Okay, no space. I don't want to take a crystal ball. There's a mime. Stuntman comes back. Okay. So I could take a death card. Is probably just worse than doing the campfire. Anyway, go next. There's a pair of aces. We got a nice amount of Molten Grimbo. -5 on the campfire. There you go. Maybe we could have beat the Violet Vessel. Maybe. Alright, folks. That one seemed tough. That was tough to me. I don't know. If you played it, maybe it wasn't that tough for you, but that was tough for me. Really awkward. Slide Joker, I think, made sense at the time that we took it because it gave us the chips that we needed at the time that we got it. But then once you have Slide Joker, then the Stuntman is way less good. And we saw here at the end, if we've got 145 with the leveled up pairs, not even very high leveled up. We did get the blue seals, but it was kind of late that we got it. We didn't draw them very consistently. So, you know, maybe level 10 pairs, 145 chips plus Slide Joker foil is another 100. So that's 250, right? And then the Stuntman is another 250. So that's a ×2 Joker, same as a Ramen. Is not the strongest, but it's like good enough for a while. And then you swap it out when it makes sense to swap it out. We had the free reroll. It took a Joker slot, which made things a little bit dubious in the end. We have a lot of Eternals, and then maybe we don't have room. The problem with taking Eternal Chips Jokers, later on you get chips from leveled up hands. You don't necessarily need the Chips Joker. You can replace the Chips Joker with something else. Of course, if you take it as an Eternal, then you can't swap it out. If you take the free reroll is really good until you need more points, and then you need to swap it out, and then maybe you can't. I think the main thing was we just needed some kind of X-Mult Joker. Could have taken a Rental Banana. Rental Banana could have given us Cavendish. That was an option. We had the Vampire. Was actually really lucky that we found the Vampire exactly at the time that we did. We didn't grow it very big, but it was just enough to help us beat a kind of tough boss, honestly, right? No repeat hand types, that's going to be tough for us. Play only one hand, that's going to be tough for us. The wall's going to be tough. We got the wall early enough to where it didn't matter, but could have been tough. Violet Vessel is kind of tough. For this particular build, right? Spamming pairs and high card with Green Joker, those are the bosses that you're afraid of. But going back to the original shop, the first shop, I do think Green Joker is better than the pants on the green deck, if we have to choose between the two of them. because it did enable us to do, like I said, with the gold cards. It's easier to do gold cards. It's easier to do gold seals if you don't care about playing any specific hand. You just throw away 5 cards, draw your value generators as much as you can. Maybe. This was a tough one. Take care, everyone.